Hey folks, just a quick little run through on a dropper seat post installation. First thing I like to do is just take the bike and lean it up against the stand. Do this on the ground. So this particular bike, cable was already routed. Sometimes you may need to route those through the down tube and then up through the seat tube. But usually I'll route it through to where you can get a good visual on the housing there and just poke your wire through. But if you don't have that routed or anything and it's all internal, I'll usually just you can kind of mock up the cable and get an approximate length. Maybe you cut it a little long on the housing and then just run your inner wire through, and a lot of times you can just fish that right through the frame itself, or just fish the inner wire through, and then you can add, push the housing over on top of that, just pull it through the frame there. But anyway, this particular seat post, the cable just fits directly into that little notch there. Some of them, like the Fox transfer, they have a little piece that you thread the cable through and then it engages in, kind of a little cylinder shaped piece. But this is all the pieces that come with it: the cable, a little cylinder for the lever, and then the lever itself. I like to lube up the cable, the inner wire, with the slick honey. But this particular, like I say, the Bontrager seat post, the end just hooks right in like so. So with that, with your housing set up in the frame, I'll usually slay the seat post there on a tray or something and just run it through. As far as lubricant, or on the seat post itself, I like to use the carbon paste or the fiber grip. Kind of helps you from putting massive amounts of torque on the seat post to keep the post from moving and keeps that thing from binding up. So anyway, got it basically in position there. The housing, this one was pre-cut. If you need to cut it, usually what I'll do is just kind of mock it up, mark the housing, and then you can pull your seat post back out. Just leave the housing down inside the frame and then just pull the inner wire out just enough to cut it, and then thread it back through, put your cap on or whatever. This particular lever, it's got a little metal piece there that you have to push all the way forward, and then you got this little cylinder piece that locks down the cable. You got a 2mm on that side, and then the other side has a 3mm. Kind of one holds it in place, and then the other gives you something to hold against, and then the other you actually tighten the cable down. So with that 3mm, you can actually kind of rotate it too to help get the little inner wire through there. I've got it just positioned up here, locking it down onto the bars, and I don't know, it's kind of personal preference, but I usually line it up about the same as how the shifter's positioned, so they feel similar. Got it locked down. Usually once I pull the wire tight, you got the seat post engaged, I like to kind of give it a little pull with one of those third hand tools or fourth hand tools, just to make sure that the tip's engaged into the seat post. But get it locked down and then just test it out. This one was all good. So yeah, that was basically it. Pretty simple little process if you've never done it before. But anyway, feel free to comment, questions, any of that. Yeah, thanks for watching.